The Mahabharata is an ancient, sprawling saga defined by catastrophic magical warfare, ruthless conquests, and brutal succession battles that shake the earth. To understand this epic, we look through the lens of Javanese wayang shadow puppetry, an ancient tradition projecting brutal conflicts onto a glowing screen. Take a look at the physical design of the Pandawa brothers, the main heroes of this universe. With their aggressive postures and drawn weapons, they are designed to be unstoppable brawlers and master archers. Logic dictates that to survive and lead in an environment this hostile, a king must be the most heavily armed and unforgiving warrior of them all. Yet their supreme leader and eldest brother, Prabhu Puntadewa, is the exact opposite of a combatant, an elegant, unarmored figure projecting total serenity. His biology and psychology are completely anomalous for a sovereign. He possesses white blood, a physical manifestation of absolute spiritual purity, and is physically incapable of telling a lie. His defining trait is a state of extreme detachment. The Javanese call this lila donya lila ing pati, meaning he is completely willing to give away his worldly wealth and even his own life to anyone who asks for it. We have to ask why a sovereign willing to surrender his own life commands the absolute loyalty of legendary fighters. We need to look at how pacifism functions as power in a violent world. The Pandavas have just cleared a cursed forest and built the physical capital of their independent kingdom, Amarta, centering around the city of Indraprastha. On the eve of Puntadewa's coronation, their rivals, the Kauravas, sabotage the celebration. They manipulate a neighboring giant king named Prabhu Wisapati into launching a massive, unprovoked surprise attack. The borders immediately devolve into a violent defense. Bhima, Arjuna, and their armies rush to the front lines, crashing into combat to repel the giant invaders. While his brothers fight for their lives at the borders, Puntadewa is sitting deep inside the palace. He is completely unguarded, quietly reading a holy text. An enemy sorcerer easily bypasses the outer defenses, breaches the walls, and kidnaps the unresisting king. A king captured in his own palace without throwing a single punch looks like a total failure of leadership. It appears to confirm that absolute pacifism is a fatal flaw when your enemies are actively trying to destroy you. Bhima and Arjuna track the kidnappers back to their cave. They arrive with weapons drawn, prepared to slaughter the enemy forces and extract their brother. Puntadewa stops them. He orders his heavily armed brothers to stand down and explicitly forbids them from harming the kidnappers. This diagram illustrates what Puntadewa realized. The giant king is actually a cursed deity, Bhattata Wisvakarma, trapped in a monstrous form. Instead of a blade, Puntadewa deploys his ultimate weapon, the sacred book Layang Kalimasada. He reads the text and heals the curse. In immense gratitude, the cured god uses his divine architectural powers to instantly construct magnificent palaces for all the Pandawa brothers. By choosing to heal instead of kill, Puntadewa achieved a far superior strategic victory than his brothers could have with their weapons. He neutralized a lethal enemy threat and turned them into a supreme geopolitical asset. Look at the intricate structure of this Gunungan figure, representing the official establishment of Amarta. Kings from across the realm gather around it to honor the newly rescued independent ruler on his coronation day. The allied kings present Puntadewa with a magnificent jeweled crown. It is the standard symbol of supreme worldly authority and martial conquest. Puntadewa politely declines it. He then actively strips away his own royal jewelry. He insists on wearing only his gelung keling, a simple traditional hairknot. It is an act of profound humility, chosen specifically to honor his mother who tied his hair when he was a child. This behavior defines the Javanese philosophical ideal of kasaktan, or spiritual power. It operates on the premise that spiritual authority is distinct from, and vastly superior to, physical or political might. A ruler who relies solely on the sword and hides behind gold is inherently insecure, because they are always vulnerable to a larger army or a stronger physical force. Puntadewa demonstrates that radical humility, combined with absolute honesty and ego death, offer an impenetrable armor. True power in Javanese philosophy is not the ability to conquer others. It is the absolute conquest of oneself.